I'm doing great, even though every day's not fine. But still I woke up today, another day to get on my grind. Got me singing, whoa, whoa. Effort, I'm built for born ready. Whoa, whoa. Effort, I'm built for born ready. I'm doing great, even though every day's not fine. But still I woke up today, another day to get on my grind. Got me singing, whoa, whoa. Effort, I'm built for born ready. Whoa, whoa. Effort, I'm built for born ready.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Between the Lines, presented to you by Livewire Sports. We are here. We are in the middle of season 3, and we are currently on to some of our best episodes yet. We have some interesting people coming up, including a lot of fan favorites that you guys like on Facebook. So we have a lot of interesting guests coming up here for this season as well. Now, moving forward, we have done so much in the past couple of months, including our Women's History Month. I love to talk about this because that was a great show of women's Virgin Islands history and as well as sports history here in the Virgin Islands from Livewire Sports. You can check that out on our page. We went from March 1st to March 31st. We had 31 ladies, young, older, in between, that had a great career in sports or outside of sports as well, that contributed to sports in our community. So check that out. Also, the summer is coming. The heat is on. The ballparks are open. The kids are back playing. The gyms are open as well. So we got some basketball coming up as well that Livewire Sports will be covering very soon. Stay tuned for that. We have stats. We have scores. We have all the latest from your favorite athletes, both near and abroad, right here on Livewire Sports. But tonight is all about our very special guest. Our guest this evening is Mr. Kwodwo Brannigan. Kwodwo, how you doing this evening?
Everything blessed, my dude. Shaq, what's going on, my brother?
Good. How about you?
Everything blessed, man. Happy to be here, man. Appreciate you guys giving me this opportunity to rap with you a little bit.
Definitely. You have an interesting story, both from the inner perspective as well as what you do in the community as well. So we have to cover both of these things this evening to get it out to our listening audience. Great stories, great things that you do in the community. We want to make sure we highlight you in the times that we can.
Definitely appreciate that, man.
Now, before we get started, here's some people out there who probably wondering, is Kwodwo your real name?
100%. It means a boy born on a Monday. Ghana, boy born on a Monday. Yeah, so, my mother and my pops were back in the, the Panther days, I guess. So, like back then, a lot of people used to name the kids African names. So that's a real name.
Yeah, that name gets some power because, listen,
Appreciate
you can celebrate your birthday every week.
There you go.
Now, moving forward, you have a lot of baseball history in you. But was baseball the only sport you played growing up?
Well, it was my number one. I was terrible at basketball. I'm a lefty, so I could only dribble on the left hand side. So anybody check me, they know check him on the left, force him right, he in trouble. Of course, I ran track. I had some good speed. I played a little volleyball. I was pretty good at football. But other than that, the basketball, I was really terrible. But baseball will be my number one sport, man, from a kid.
Oh, no, with this track thing, you were pretty fast, or you were like kind of in between?
In between. A good 200 yard dash guy. You know what I mean?
Okay. So we get some track here, we get some baseball. We have very little basketball because we only got a left hand.
I don't even talk about it, bro. I try to avoid that.
Now, when were you first introduced to sports?
Well, I've been playing sports from the time I was a little kid. I grew up in Torquay projects. So, as a little kid coming up, whatever was going on, you on basketball court, you out in the yard. So I got introduced to the baseball thing from just playing backyard baseball. And as a kid growing up, you're going to end up playing against older people and yourself. So, I didn't come to the field, a regular baseball field, to learn to play the game. I learned to play the game where, in the projects where I grew up. And, I really, actually, it's funny because at the age of 11, I went and I tried out. Well, not really tried out. I actually made the team, but I guess, moms never bought me a glove. So I used to go to practice without a glove, unfortunately. So I would be sitting on a dugout, not doing much. Could play. And then comes the first day of the first game. They put me in the outfield. First ball of the game got hit to me. Came in like a wildfire. Ball went over my head. Well, guess what? That was the last time they saw me for that whole entire year. I refused to come out again to play. So I didn't play for a whole entire year. I mean, I can remember the coach coming to my mom's house trying to find me, and I run up in the hillside, and I refused to play. So then I came back at 11. I played for a team back then called the Expos. The manager was a guy by the name of Campbell Joseph. It's funny because he just linked me up on Facebook probably about 2 weeks ago. And from there, that was it, man. I always loved the game just from playing the street ball stuff with tennis ball, rubber balls and stuff. But once I got into playing like official baseball, everything just took off from there. I love the sport. Like everybody else, when you're coming up as a young man, you have dreams to play pro, However, unfortunately, that didn't happen. However, I was able to play some college baseball in the later years. I moved to California, played some college baseball, and ended up moving back home and so forth. So that's really where it started for me. As a young kid, man, just growing up, throwing rock stones, hitting battle caps, doing what we used to do back then, just loving the game, being wild, just running up and down, having a good time.
Now, that story is not foreign at all. A lot of great players or really good players that moved on to the next level had those experiences where maybe they didn't have a glove, or maybe they didn't believe in themselves, maybe they wanted to quit. So we often see the great athletes have those struggles at some time in their career. How were you able to overcome that fear of playing ball after that one era?
I
think you got him.
For me, really, again, I was 11. That was my first time just coming out. So once you get over the fear factor, when you play, everybody get like butterflies and stuff like that. Once you get into the flow of things and realize it's not that serious, and a part of the game is failure. Any sport you play, but in particular baseball, if you're going to play the sport of baseball, you got to understand that you're going to fail, and you have to, you got to learn how to deal with failure. So for me, again, I was young. I didn't have anybody. It was just my mom. So I was scared of the wazoo when I missed the ball. So for whatever reason, I decided not to go back. But once I got into the league the next year and started going from there, and just it really boils down to this: when you play in the game, like anything, you shoot your first jump shot or whatever, and you make it. After that, that's it. Everything started to just flow kind of naturally. So I mean, I can't really remember how it went, but I know I always loved the sport, and everybody knew I could play. That's why I was brought to the ballpark to try to join a team, because playing stick ball on the side with the older guys is like, man, you got to come and join my little league team, man. You good, and that's how it was. So once I get into the flow of playing ball, I just totally fell in love with it. That's what I wanted to do as a living. Growing up, I wanted to be an MLB player, and I worked that up until it couldn't happen.
Right.
And then realized that I have to move on. And then other things just came along where I kept myself going in the game. I don't really want jump ship. If you want me to just flow, I'll just flow. But like for me, really, when I got into the coaching thing is when I got kids.
Right.
Okay. Really, that's when I got kids. So a lot of stuff happened before that. With me playing ball, I played college ball. I play. Well, actually, I did have kids when I ended up playing for the national team. But a lot of things happened with me in baseball in between. But when I got my first son, and it was just natural for me and him for me to pull him into baseball. and he got me into the coaching arena in Elred Hendricks Little League West, you know, and ever since then, and for sure, so I'll make this clear. So at this point, it's not even about my kids anymore. Everybody, all the kids of the Virgin Islands are my kids at the end of the day. So it's a bigger thing than just being for my kids. It's about saving the kids and giving the kids of the Virgin Islands an opportunity. You know what I mean? Baseball thing to anybody knows me, man.
Now, why you just mentioned your sons? How many sons do you have, and are they playing college baseball or anything right now?
Yeah, I have two sons. One, Kwodwo Brannigan, he graduated just this past the last year, and he played college baseball as well for Divisional Two in Georgia, Shorter University. I got it. My other son is playing right now. Actually, he's getting ready to play. They just won the GCAA JUCO Conference Regional Tournament in Georgia. So they won the region for Georgia. So now they're actually in Tennessee. They're getting ready to play tomorrow in Tennessee against the number one JUCO in the nation, which is Walters University. So
That's big time.
they literally, if they got, it's 2 out of 3. If they win 2 games, they're moving on to the World Series. So they're 2 games away from being in the JUCO World Series in Grand Junction. So I guess at some point too, I'll give you guys, like I spoke to some of your folks, and I'm gonna give you guys like the link. I don't know if you guys could connect that and make that happen, but that's a big deal. And I know he would love for his people to see him ball out, you know.
Definitely. Now, getting back into a little bit more of young Kwodwo, did you stay here in the Virgin Islands for middle school and high school?
Yeah, so unfortunately, like what a lot of other kids have to do at some point, because we in the Virgin Islands, we just don't have a system set up where kids can be showcased or seen out of high school. So of course, what happens is when you reach a certain age, if you have that ability, you have to leave. And I had to go through that. I moved to California, Inglewood, California, when I was in the 12th grade. Actually, I should have done it a little earlier. But I went there when I was in 12th grade. I played high school baseball for that 1 year, and I was able to secure a scholarship at Cal State LA of Los Angeles. So I only did 2 years though. I did 2 years and I came back home. Because again, I needed like a mentor. You know, I needed somebody to speak to. It would just be my mom, and you know, I went through some stuff with the coach, and you know, you speak to mom, hey, come back home, you know, that type of thing. But I actually had other offers to go other places where I could have transferred, but I didn't even understand that dynamics. So I ended up coming back to the Virgin Islands to finish up at UVI. But the 2 years that I was there was very I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? As a freshman, I did really, really well. As a sophomore, I struggled a little bit, and I got So that's basically my situation with college. So for me, going through that's something is there to me, where I would try my best to have young folk avoid that type of situation. You know what I mean? So I really like to play that. For me, I'm like a mentor with the young people, trying to keep them basically focused and you know, on the straight path when it comes to what it's going to take for them to, at least at the end of the day, it's just about getting your degree. You know, the professional thing where everybody thinks, you know, everybody wants to play pro, but that's not realistic. It's not really realistic. It's about getting your degree. You get an opportunity to get your degree and just go through that whole, get an experience of being a collegiate athlete. It's nothing greater than that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, for me, in California was great. Coming back home was even greater, because then, of course, I was able to meet my wife and build the family that I have and whatnot. So I will never take that back for nothing. I don't regret anything.
Now, with that being said, you played some ball here in middle school and high school. What was your experience like playing ball when you were here? Now I don't want to call you up for age, but were you playing softball or baseball in high school at that point?
When I went to school, they didn't have no baseball in high
Huh.
school or middle school. It's just strictly little league program. That is the bread and butter, even up to now. Unfortunately, even I mean they have high school baseball, no, but it's still not at the level it's supposed. They don't play enough games. I'm sorry, this is not as organized as it should. When you compare our high school baseball, what we have now to the states, guys are getting recruited out of high school, for colleges and stuff. For me, if you're gonna embark on having like any high school sport, I think one of the main initiatives is to give the kids, exposure and opportunities to be able to be seen by colleges. Because at the end of the day, that's the narrative for me. That's the narrative you're going to realize as we go on with the company that I'm the president for Circle Performance Incorporated. It's all about giving the young people opportunities to be able to showcase their talents in front of colleges and whatnot, understanding that academics come first, and giving them opportunities, man, to move up. So I basically came up playing little league. We would call it junior league, senior league. We didn't call it junior, we call it senior league. When I played, there were a lot of different levels of baseball. You don't see it now. It don't exist anymore. We had single A, I think pony league, double A. So baseball was live. It was very lively all the time. You could go to a park, take your kids there. It was enjoyable, and the games were like really high level games. Um,
Right.
Growing up as a player, I can tell you, I played some very competitive baseball, very competitive to the point where if back then if we actually had something in place where like a system where guys could create like a pipeline so guys could be showcased and stuff to colleges, there'll be a hit. This conversation wouldn't be the conversation we have. It'd be totally different because I could count on my hand plus guys that should have been playing higher level baseball. But unfortunately, the environment that we came up in before my times, I guess just the way it was kind of created, it was about not guys coming out of high school going to college
Hmm.
out the Virgin Islands, more so trying to get guys signed.
Right.
And to me, that was a big downfall. That is a big downfall because now we're trying to play catch up. We're trying to play catch up because the way the thing works is that you got to go through. I mean, when you're talking about a draft and stuff like that, you got to go through high school in order to even get to the opportunity. So
Correct.
for me, we missed a part. So for in my estimation right now, everything is geared towards how can we create a system, an environment from home,
Hmm.
from the Virgin Islands, where when kids get a certain age, 9, 10, 11, 12 grade,
Right.
that they will have that interest of colleges in the US, whether we take them to the States or we bring college coaches to the Virgin Islands, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. Get these kids an education, right? So they could be successful people in society, productive members of society. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And we kind of missed the bar with that. So whenever you see me or anything I'm involved in, that's the direction I push in. Nothing else, no more. It's all about getting them, trying to figure out how to get them into school at the end of the day. So you're gonna hear me saying, well, school work come first, your
Correct.
academics. Because we
Definitely.
kind of kids kind of look at sports like, oh yeah, I want to be professional, blah blah blah, but they're not realizing, well, hey, the school work come first. This ain't gonna happen. How many people making it directly out of high school and going straight into the professional realm? That's very small and far in between. So for me, that's where we're pushing. Full circle performance. That's what we're all about, right? Trying to build the product back home, um, trying to improve the kids' skill set physically and mentally, but with being connected to the whole thing of your academics, without your academics, the opportunities, hang on, they going, they're not going to exist. They're not going to exist.
Now, with getting a scholarship being the ultimate goal, because we said we want these children to go to universities and colleges for free. That takes a burden off their parents. That takes a burden off of them in the future financially as well. How were you able to obtain your college scholarship? We know you went to California, but what was the process like for you for getting that scholarship?
Well, again, I played high school baseball, and the way it works, college coaches, they attend. So I didn't play no travel ball like what I'm doing right now, but I played high school baseball, and I had a couple college coaches come by, and they always recruiting. It's a recruitment process, and they saw me and they liked me, and we talked about it, and I had about three choices: Grambling, Cal State, LA, and who was it? There was another school. But I chose Cal State LA because that's where I lived at. I was in California at the time, and that would have been the easiest route for me. But that's basically what they come to the schools, they watch you play, you get recruited either through the high school or travel ball scene, and you kind of go from there.
Now, what was the biggest difference you realized from playing high school ball that you had to adjust playing college ball?
Faster pace, guys are bigger, stronger. Um, yeah, the pace is very, it's rapid, and it's about strength, learning how to cope with failure, type stuff like that. Because when I played high school baseball, I didn't have to worry about anything. I was the starting center fielder, and as you could, I'm not that big of a guy. I'm 5'10". I like to tell people I'm 5'10", but I'm 5'9". At the time, I was maybe like 150 pounds. You know what I mean?
Right.
Soaking wet. That was it. I was a small guy. So coming into that college environment and seeing, you playing with guys there who are juniors, seniors who've been, around the way, training, getting stronger, and stuff like that. But again, I was a ball player, so it really didn't matter. I kind of fit in, and I went through the process just like everybody else, and found my way into the lineup. Was accepted by the team. So if you could play, man, once you could play and you could ball out, it's not going to really matter. So, again, it's just a strength thing, getting bigger, getting stronger, and the game is just a lot faster on that level.
Now, with that going forward, what do you think our student athletes need to do specifically to prepare themselves to play at the collegiate level? It's coming from a former collegiate athlete himself.
Baseball wise.
Any sport, but we could.
So for baseball, I it's a different route in my mind right now because we really don't have no serious high school baseball in the Virgin Islands to prepare anybody for anything. Let's keeping it real. And right now, I mean, we're behind because of the years, just going through the two hurricanes and COVID and stuff like that. Have really pushed the baseball program on the back burner. So to me, I'm always starting from ground zero up. So for me to even talk honestly about getting our baseball players through high school, I mean that's non-existent. So the part that guys have to really focus on right now, there's a part there is through travel ball. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to leave the island to play travel ball, and that's where guys like me come in. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm recruiting guys, bringing guys up here to play travel baseball and get exposure. Okay. So for me right now, I'm part of an organization, Nelson Baseball School, NBS, run by a guy by the name of Brian Nelson. I want to speak a little bit in terms of that because this man gave me, I mean, I'm where I'm at right now in Georgia strictly because of this guy.
Right.
This guy welcomed me and pulled me into his system and his organization, and through that I have been able to over the years, I've been bringing kids up here to Georgia. I moved to Georgia in 2015. Since moving here to Georgia, 2016 until now, I've been bringing countless dudes. Even some guys came to live. Guys live in my house, went to high school. I've been bringing countless dudes here every summer to play summer baseball with the main goal of giving them the opportunity to showcase themselves in front of colleges. And I've gotten guys through the Nelson NBS. We have gotten guys, quite a number of Virgin Island guys, into college.
Right.
And we're going to continue to do it. So, this guy have been there for me. I'm one of his coaches. My boys have played for him. All these guys have played for him. So for me, he's directly connected to what I'm doing here with Full Circle Performance. We're connected where this is a travel ball route that I'm bringing my guys to play for that organization.
Right.
And top Georgia organization, man. Gotten countless guys into college. I got 5 dudes, five VI guys. It's gonna be here. One right now is here, Lennon Richmond, and I got 4 more guys coming in for the summer to play. So it's from 14U to 18U. We have teams in each of those categories. So. And for me, I bring guys based on, criteria. Ain't just anybody coming up here to play baseball. I mean, first of all, the parents have to be invested in the kids.
Right.
The kids' future. It ain't just about you coming up to Kwodwo and no. They got to show that they are totally invested in their kid. They're investing in their kids. The kids have to be maintaining not GPA, but they got to be doing the schoolwork, because it's not just you coming up here just to play baseball.
Right.
For me, this is the first year that I'm actually doing more like an academy. So because I just started this organization, Full Circle Performance, in 2021 officially. I've been doing things and under the name of Full Circle, but never really been officially registered or, trademark name and go through the whole 9 yards to be legal.
Right.
Now I'm legal.
Right.
So now, moving forward, what I'm going to be doing is doing things in an academy type fashion. So the kids, when they come here, they're going to be playing travel baseball, of course. But on the side, they're going to be training. I'm going to have them training. I'm going to have guys from my organization doing whatever work, infield work, hitting action. I have a guy that I'm affiliated with, elevation, pitching, that does pitching, pitching training. I have a guy that deals with Jack Cohen. These are some of the guys that have been down there in January. Remember when we did the radio thing with you?
Right.
The guys that I had there, they're up here with me. The guy, Jack Cohen, he's dealing with ultimate sports and fitness. He's like a trainer, so he does the fitness stuff with these guys. So these guys gonna always be round the clock, baseball and training. Also, too, what's very important for me ain't just about baseball. I'm here to help build and structure these young men. So they're here. They had to sign a code of conduct document for me. Highlighting all the things that I expect. So you come in here. So I have bunk beds and stuff set up for these boys. The whole 9 yards, so they gotta keep their place clean. They gotta clean up behind themselves. They gotta learn about time management, all of these things that gonna make you successful as a young person coming up. So it's just big for me. It's bigger than just baseball. I want them to be good, successful citizens in the community, whether they end up living in the VI or they live abroad. After when they do go and attend college, at the end of the day, it don't matter to me. But I want to help these young men grow, because guess what? You know, there's not much going on for the young black male, in particular in the Virgin Islands, bro. Like, you know, everybody talk the big game about, oh, help the youths. You know, and I don't feel it's just a slogan. People, it's just a slogan. For me, it's a part of my life. I've literally taken on the mantle to do this. Nobody told me to do this. This is something I feel I'm driven to do. I'm driven to help, because baseball is just a vehicle to bigger, better things. It's not about baseball. It's about baseball. Yes, you love the game. You know, everybody have their dreams, but it's just a vehicle like anything else. Sports. It's just a vehicle for our young people to be able to get into bigger and better things in life, to get opportunities, open doors for them. And that's the way I see it. That's the way it is. I want the people back home to really truly understand that, like, this is a drive behind everything. This ain't no fun and games. You know, I ain't trying to impress nobody. My company ain't trying to impress anybody. We here literally for the youths. Like, this is an organization that is dedicated, committed to making a difference. And I feel, you know, as part of my caption, I guess when I put on my thing, it takes a village to raise a child. That in the Virgin Islands have gone left field. I remember growing up, your neighbor, you know, Miss Marty or whoever it was, or your neighbors and stuff like that, they were more in tune with making sure that you stay on the right track. I find that now everybody's more concerned about them and theirs alone, and they're not too concerned about the kids and the black and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, man. You know, everybody like to blame the kids, but the adults are the ones that got create the environments for the kids to succeed. It ain't the other way around.
Agreed.
People don't realize that. Everybody gonna say, "Oh, he's a bad kid." Trust me, every kid, all these kids you think bad could be good. You know what I mean? You know, so that's my deal, man. I'm here to open doors for kids. I want people to the kids to also be representing what I'm about. So it's important for them to be successful. I ain't here just to give you an opportunity. My thing is I'm driving you to be the best. So all these dudes who coming up here, they're on a mission. They're on a mission. They ain't here just to play like the young man Lennon. He's here, you know, he's 17, junior. I say, yo, your job ain't just to complete travel, but your job is to go out there and command a college scholarship. By the end of this season, the goal should be somebody, more than one person, talking to you about, hey, I would love you to join our organization. You do that, then I did my job. That's the bottom line. And I will continue to do that and build upon it. I hope, you know, my thing is I want my people to support. And ain't just supporting me. Hey, listen, it ain't about me. Shaq, you guys doing Live Wire. That's part of the whole, is connecting dots. All of us, we're from the VI. This thing about there's no one man is an island, bro. Everybody just got to play the role and play the part. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just playing my part. Everybody got to find their niche. I found my niche, right? And I just want to go back home all the time and give back and make network with people, build good rapport with people and stuff like that. So moving forward, we could really get things done with these kids, man.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned the national team a little bit earlier. What years did you play for the national team and how long? Or was there any coaching stints in there involved as well?
Yeah, I only played the national team once. That was back in 1998. We went to Maracaibo. That was a lot of fun. Now I've been coaching. I got the opportunity to coach with the national team with the head coach Kenny Jackson. back in like what 2018, 2019. Well, actually, I started out coaching with the 18U national team with Mr. Jackson and Maching, another guy from St. Croix by name of Maching, through the federation. And I also coached with the VI national team as well um, in 2019, just before COVID and stuff hit. We did some stuff. So even though I coach for the national team, the thing about it is, man, to be honest, we have not really seen the best national team. And we the guys that we've been putting together and traveling with, we've been whooping some butt. Like, we've been playing good baseball. So I ain't even taking nothing away from the guys that have traveled. But we still have been really trying to put the college guys, bring the college guys into the fray a little bit, bring some of the professional, ex-professional guys in. But unfortunately, a lot of times the timing with the tournaments and stuff were times when guys professionally either playing professional ball or the college guys in the middle of a season or in school. So it's, almost impossible to pull them out of their environment to bring them to play for the national team. But definitely I'm part of the national team. For me, I see big things in the future with the national team. Once we really get focused on what we're trying to get accomplished with the national team, is to really bring out the young guys and bring them into the whole the fray. One of the things that I want to see happen is I want the local people to see the national team on the big stage in front of hometown people. That's one of the things I really want to be a part of in a tournament setting where they could really see the national team, the young guys playing. And then we got some dudes who ain't just the young, we got some guys a little younger than me, of course. I'm 51, but you got some guys in the 30s and stuff like that could still, Kyle Amata, these guys still balling out like you wouldn't believe. You know what I mean? So, and it's about promoting, you know what I mean? Because a lot of time people don't really know what's going on with, at least for baseball, what's going on with the national team, what's going on with the college guys. That's why one of the things that I've been doing, and I know like why you guys do this, you guys go out and promote players and stuff, but we decided to do something in particular for the collegiate guys, so people could keep track of what they're doing during the season. So if you guys notice, you probably guys see a lot of posts with stuff that guys are doing, some videos and, what they're doing in terms of statistics and stuff like that. So it's just being baseball centric, you know what I mean? And really pushing the narrative about Virgin Islands baseball. So I see big things in the future. For me, man, we're trying to get more people on board. Like, we need not when I say we, I mean just the baseball community as a whole, Little League, RBI. There's a lot of people out there that I played ball with, guys older than me and stuff like that, that sort of like fizzled out and phased away from being part of, the baseball scene. And my thing is, I could hope I could be somewhat of a vessel of an inspiration for other people to want to chime in and help. However, you don't have to be like a coach or something. There's so many different things you could do, because again, at the end of the day, it's not about us, it's about our kids. It's about the next door neighbor. You know what I mean? It's about just creating opportunities for our young people. And I speak about the guys, the young men mostly, but also Sabal, the girls. Actually, Sabal are doing very well. To be quite frank with you, very impressive. And we got some players out there. The girls are doing well on the collegiate level, even on the the lower level with in the VI. So a lot of things are going on, man. So for me, we could do big things. It's not. I see, it's even a bigger thing when I haven't even talked about it from a sports tourism standpoint. The government is talking about ways to 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 increase the economy. Come on, man. Sun, sand, and beach. You know, sun. We in a perfect environment all year round. Sports tourism. I mean, that's something that we gotta stop playing around with. Like,
Definitely.
we need to be legit. Like, it is legit. I mean, I've been up here on the baseball scene. I see how this thing works, and people want to come to the Virgin Islands. We just have to create the environment. That's it. They coming. They're gonna spend the money and they're gonna come. Once you
Any
create the environment for them to come, So I mean, it's we have a lot of potential down there in the Virgin Islands to do big things, man. And for sure, when it comes to baseball, I want to be part. I'm gonna be part of it. I'm gonna be part of it.
Definitely. Now we've heard over the years that this Brannigan last name is a very powerful last name. Now I've
Mhm.
seen and heard some stuff about a certain Brannigan at the UVA complex at the UVA Athletic
Okay,
Association. Can you tell me a little bit about that gentleman?
that's my father, Mr. Juan Brannigan. So my he's from the Dominican Republic, but his family, Brannigans, they're from St. Croix. I guess my grandfather, great grandfather, he had moved to Santo Domingo back in the times, where a lot of Caribbean guys was going where they have work. So he went there and he got a family and so on and so forth. But so my father was born in the DR and he moved to St. Croix when he was like 6 or 7. So basically, he grew up in St. Croix. But I did not grow up around my father. I grew up in St. Thomas, but I would go to St. Croix every single Christmas and summer. My grandmother would bring us over, and we didn't live with our father, but we would go to his house and spend some time with him.
Right,
So a
right.
lot of things that I know about him from a sporting standpoint is from what people have told me, what I've heard about him. But my understanding, he was a multi-level athlete. He did everything. Karate, second, third degree karate guy. He played soccer. He wrestled. He played tennis. He was a runner, run track, long distance. Hell of a baseball player, basketball, like every sport that you could think about. My understanding, he was really good at them. He was just a good athlete, period. Very physical guy. And so he got inducted into the Hall of Fame at UVI quite a number of years ago for just his accomplishments, man. He had traveled to Pan Am Games and did different things and so on and so forth. So, yeah, that's Pops, man. So, just a chip from the old block, and passing on down to mine. So, he was a great, great, great athlete, great athlete.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and take our first commercial break here of the evening. Don't you guys go anywhere. We'll be back with more of Between the Lines after these few messages.
All right.
still I woke up today. Another day they get on my grind. Got me singing, whoa, whoa. Effort, I'm built for fun, whoa, whoa. Effort, I'm built for fun, ready.
All right, we are back. We are back here on Between the Lines, presented to you by Live Wire Sports. We're still here with our special guest, Mr. Kwodwo Brannigan. Kwodwo, how you doing this evening?
I'm good, my brother.
Making sure you're still here. You went to get a little water break. Good, good, good.
Yes, sir.
No, we're gonna really jump into what full soccer performance is. You don't get a shot on there that we requesting one right after the show. Just they
Okay.
had two. Oh, you're ready to go.
Yeah. We try and step up the game.
So when was the true beginning of full soccer performance?
Well, okay, so I've been part of an organization. I mean, it kind of Ball is Life Foundation. That's something that I got into with a couple of guys that you probably guys are familiar with. Vince Roberts, Joel Bellot, Brock Cricky, Andy Amaro. We formed this organization back in 2018. Talking about Ball is Life Foundation, with the mission of, it was more focusing more, we were doing baseball at the time because most of us came up with it in playing ball, but it was more focused on just helping enhance sports, and that's the direction we were going. Unfortunately, when COVID hit, things sort of kind of drop off the map a little bit. You know what I mean? We lost touch with each other. We didn't really push. We didn't get back into the flow of things. But for me, excuse me, I've always been a guy, always thinking about how, because I always had questions in my mind, why aren't we as an island more on a competitive level? I'm looking at all these other islands like Puerto Rico and Curacao and Bahamas and all these islands that at some point we were up there with them with the sport of baseball, and we sort of kind of fell off the map. So I've always been, in a circle of guys, not just me, a circle of guys, where we always used to talk about, man, how can we make a difference? How can we make a change? What needs to change? So we always used to be having discussions about what needs to be done, what can be done. So I've always had an inner drive to figure out how to be a part or build something that I could be of an impact when it comes to the sport of baseball. So full circle, I don't even remember exactly where the name came from, but I know. So I spent a lot of time talking to like Kalex Crab and these guys, Barry. We have had countless conversations. Vince Roberts, Joel Bellot. You just had a group of guys that I always used to have conversations about, like how we could connect dots and start making a difference. So the name, I've just been honest, I really don't remember exactly what caused the name to come about. It might have been my son gave me the idea or something like that. But it makes sense. Full circle. That's what it's all about. 360 degrees come back around. I came from the Virgin Islands playing ball. So at the end of the day, it's a cycle. We're cycling. We're trying to get back baseball to, more not just get it back. We want it to get to an elite level. I am driven to be part of something elite. Not just little league or playing this. You know what I mean? I want us to go for broke when it comes to this baseball scene thing. So when Full Circle came about, again, like I said before, 2021, I've been dabbling with the idea of Full Circle, but I never did anything on the from a legal standpoint. So I had t-shirts, couple t-shirts made. I did some programs back in the VI with hidden instruction, because that's another thing that I do. I'm a hidden instructor up here in the US, in Georgia. I do that from a living standpoint. I make money doing hidden instruction. I'm a coach for the NBS. I'm a hidden instructor for a high school called Wheeler High School. So I've been doing these type of things. So full circle for me, what our mission is all about is, look, man, we just trying to get the sport to an elite level where through this organization, we're trying to bring resources for training, trying to enhance coaching capabilities through different programs. My plan. So we started something in December last year. So we're going to continue doing something every single December, and every year we're going to try to do it bigger and better. I'm not going to really say exactly what we're going to, it's going to be around this, molded around the same idea of trying to get the coaches, enhancing the coaches, training, or, training capabilities. Because at the end of the day, in order for you to build a product of the players, the coaches and those in the baseball community, we got to raise our level, like as simple as that. Like, guys, a lot of times we kind of get too comfortable with where we at, this comfort zone thing, like, what not really. My thing is always trying to be growth minded. There's always something to learn in whatever you're doing. So you never settling for where you at. I was trying to improve. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to influence the young men, young women, and you want them to be the best that they could be. So I'm into the elite mindset. So everything that I do is going to be, how can we improve the kids, but build their fundamental and stuff like that. But have as they grow up in stages, they get better, they get more up to bigger and better things, better ways to do things. So that's where I'm driven. So this organization is all about that, man. Collaborating with the different organizations in the Virgin Islands, Sports Park and Rec with their RBI program, Little League with Champy and Cork and them guys, Renee them in St. Croix. We trying to it's about a collaboration. It's about building. It's about networking and teamwork and enhancement. Doing whatever it takes to get enhancement, bringing people along to get trained. You utilizing. We have a lot of people back home who really good with training and stuff like that as well. I also like to make a difference between like coaching and training. It's not the same thing. Coach, a trainer is not a coach. A coach could be a trainer.
Also true.
But so I find that we have coaches, but we don't have trainers. Trainers are gonna give the kids the extra. It's about development. So you go to practice and you just go through the regular practice regime. But in terms of me personally, I'm into developing kids physically and mentally. I mean, that's what I love doing, getting into kids' head and making them feel like they could do anything. You know what I mean? And there's a way to do it, I'm a Virgin Islander, bro. I used to coach and I used to be one of them screaming and grouching too. It's not really the best, a lot of times not the best coach. And it's just part of our culture. I ain't blaming, pointing no fingers at nobody because I did the same thing. But again, even in terms of that, there's always room for improvement. I like to tell people this story. This is something I learned. And again, you got to be growth-minded. And I was thinking, how can you do something a little bit better? I remember when I was coaching, because let me just mention this too. 5 years I've been in Little League coaching. Out of the 5 years, I've been a part of three championship teams as a star coach. I ain't bragging, but it is what it is. In 2012, we took the Elward Hendrick Little League West to the championship against Aruba, and we lost. If we won that, we would have been on TV in the Little League World Series. Then in 2013, well, let me go back because I think it's important for me to mention the people that I coached with. I coached with Audie Henneman, Cleve Thornbull, which is Grapo, and three of us. And then the next year, we took 2013, we took a junior league team. It was me, Vince Roberts, Henville Pole. We went to Costa Rica And we also made the championship again. We could have went to the World Series again. And then in 2015, we had a 50-70 league that had started. And I really didn't want to coach it. Um, I didn't want to be a part of the coaching staff. I just wanted to help train. But we went and we ended up winning the Latin American tournament in St. Thomas. And that was she can probably kill me about it, but Barbie. I can't quite remember her name. Barbie was the head coach. Also too, Kyle Amata helped out. He was like assistant coach, and Gary Smith. So we took that team to Livermore, California, to represent the Latin American tournament. So I have been a part of a lot of successful, um, runs when it comes to Virgin Islands baseball. And then also too on the national team level, we took a 18U team. The last 18U tournament we went to in Santo Domingo with Kenny Jackson and Maching. We won the whole entire tournament, a Diamond Classic tournament, and that it's not easy. You go to the DR and play against those academies and stuff like that. And we did it with 11 players, but the 11 players were solid, and everybody could do something.
Wow.
And we ran through those Dominican dudes. They respected us when we finished with them. So I've been a part of a lot of successful stuff, man. I'm driven. I'm really driven to lift the guys up, our players, man. I don't the mediocrity thing. I want guys to be the best they could be, and that's just how I move. I'm gonna always challenge you. Everything gonna be a challenge. Give you an example. I am coaching a 15U team. I got two of the guys coming here from St. Thomas. I've been pretty straight up with them. I said, listen, you guys, and they're gonna be in my house. They live in my house. They're gonna be going play ball on my team, but I keep telling them, you're coming to earn a spot. There ain't nothing gonna be given to you. And I know they're gonna earn a spot, but you're coming to earn your spot. Then come in there where, because, I'm your coach and you live in a house, you guaranteed anything. If the other guy showing you up, hey, I got to play. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to represent NBS and win games. So I always try to challenge the youths to be the best they could be.
Now, who are these two young gentlemen, and how did they get selected for the team?
Okay, Nikori Lewis. These are kids that played in the RBI league. That when I was down there, I was able to see them as well. That's the thing about it too. I was able to be able for me to do my own recruitment and check the guys out. So Nikori Lewis, Kibwe Bell, both of those kids, I think they are in the 9th grade or my 8th grade. So one is 14, one is 15. Then I also have some other players who come in who are on some of the other teams like 16U. I have a guy by the name of Felix O'Neill. He doesn't live in St. Thomas. He moved from St. Thomas and moved to Florida, but he came up last year and played with us. I actually coached him. He played on my team. So the 16U coach said, man, I gotta have him. Like, we need him. We need him bad. He's gonna be my starting shortstop, my leadoff hitter. So another young gentleman like given an opportunity that if he stayed in the VI, he would be lost in a shuffle. Okay, he would have probably been out hanging out doing whatever. So this is actually an opportunity for this kid. This would have been a kid 100% wouldn't have been even thinking about possibly going to college.
Right.
Then I have another kid. His name is Rafael Hodge. This is an interesting story now. So there's a population, the Dominicans in the Virgin Islands with the baseball team, what they normally do when a kid hit a certain age, because, in the Dominican, they don't focus on getting kids into school. It's about getting into the professional environment. So what they do, they send them back to the Dominican for them to enter these academies and stuff and train and then get signed. This young man went there and followed that path. However, things didn't quite work out for him. He's only 17 years. And it's weird. In the Dominican, 17 is too old. Like, if you don't sign a professional contract by the time you're 16, it's a done deal. Your career is over. So this young man called me up and said, Coach, man, hey, man, things didn't work on in the DR for me, man. What you could help me out, what you could do for me. And I say, hey, listen, I tell him I'm part of a travel ball team. And for you right now, things aren't totally lost. You're just going to have to take another route, which is getting into school and pursuing your career of playing baseball. So he's coming up. I got him doing his GED right now and coming up to play in the 18U, our 18U team. And hopefully things could work out with him because he's a kid with a lot of talent, a lot of tools. Again, I'm just trying to create opportunities where it may not have existed for some of these kids, man. And then, of course, I have the young man, Lennon Richmond, who is here right now with me. He's going to be on the 17U team. So everybody have their own stories, man. Everybody has a story. I've had Terrell George. He came and he played with our organization, and he's going to JUCO in Alabama, Larson Community College. And Malcolm Falado, who also through the NBS program got a scholarship to play for, I think, Georgia Southwest. And he ended up going to Shorter University. My son, of course, Dave Brannigan, he's going to a JUCO, Georgia Highlands, and so on and so forth, man. So for me, that's what it's all about.
Definitely love it here. We have a lot of questions here on the live stream from a lot of friends and family members. We're going to get to that in a second, but we want to get into our interactive game here. We want to free up a little bit more here and see what's really inside the mind of Kwodwo right there on the show. You ready for this?
I don't know. Let's go. Let's shoot.
I don't know if you're ready for it either, but we're going to see. We're going to find out here today. All right, we're playing a game called This or That. I'm going to give you two options. You're going to pick this or you're going to pick that. Your choice is okay.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you from now, I can judge you on some of these answers that you give. I'm letting you know from now. Right now. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started here.
Mm-hmm.
We have first card games or board games.
Card games. Card
games.
Yeah.
What kind of card games?
Like spades and stuff like that. I ain't really no big cards, man, but I like to play a little spades, Rummy 500, that type of stuff.
Okay. That's a pretty straightforward one, simple one there. Let me see what we have here. Bungee jumping or skydiving?
God damn. I don't like to jump out or nothing. But I'll probably I'll be probably game up for skydiving. I think skydiving.
Listen, if you had said neither one,
the bungee thing, I don't know.
What's wrong with the bungee?
Man, you have this thing hanging on to your leg, and I don't know. I'll do it. I mean, I game, if I get pushed to do it, and especially my kids and things like to challenge me with stuff, the old man is step up and do it. But I think skydiving.
Skydiving. Yeah, I was staying on the floor for either one of those, but you know what? That's your choice. You can do that.
Okay.
Singing or dancing?
Dancing. I like to dance.
Why dancing? Why dancing?
I just like to dance. That's just me. I just do it all the time. Sometimes I say, right now, out here on my porch, I do plant some music, right? And I'm a reggae dude. And all the neighbors around the place, I'd be bumping my music. They like it. And I'd be out there under my skin. I'm a dancer. I don't have the voice to sing. I'll try, but far from it.
You don't even sound good in the shower because they say everybody sound good in the shower. That's what they say.
That's what they say?
That's what they say.
I don't even think I'll sound good in the shower, brother. Yeah.
All right, lose your memory or not be able to create new ones.
Lose your memory or not be able to create a new one?
Yes.
That's a trick question you're asking me then, man.
Tough one.
That's a tough one. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't lose my memory a lot. So, I'm going to pick that. Explain,
So you would
explain it different. Eh?
when you're losing your memory, you're losing all the things that happened before today, basically. Anything that happened before your childhood stuff. But then also not being able to create new memories is living in the past for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
So which
No,
one would you
so I was
prefer
thinking create new
knowing
memories. Yeah. I
the
ain't
future?
about living in the past at all. Not at all.
All right. But now you're gonna lose the memories from the past though.
Yeah, that's possible.
I see. It's tough. It's tough.
That's a tough one. You asked me a tough one day.
All right. If we want to get in contact with Coach Kwodwo, if we want to get in contact with you, do you prefer texting or calling?
Me, I prefer calling. I like to talk. I don't mind talking. It all depends on what it is. I like both, but I prefer call. I prefer calling.
Okay, phone calls, phone calls. All right, we can get to the thicker stuff here now. So this is where you kind of on this side of the fence or you're on that side of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to make sure you're on the side of the fence that I on. So it's not a kicking out of the show. Telling you.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is a tough part here.
Okay.
Pate or Johnny cake?
Pate.
Why pate?
They got meat in it. They got some type of something in it. Johnny cake is just the eating dough, bro. You're just eating dough. So pate is like a Johnny cake with meat.
You like you're a ballpark man. You grew up around a ballpark. You always around a ballpark, and you pick pate over Johnny cake.
Of course.
A Johnny cake at a ballpark. You picking?
Well, at the ballpark, they don't really do pates. But you ask me at the ballpark, I'm gonna eat Johnny cake. But if I have my choice, I go in pate. But I like my meat.
No, we asking now. Was this a biased answer? Because listen, we know who your family is. So was that a biased answer?
Yeah, but they do both, right? They do both.
So
and both is good. But again, I like, to me, the pate is more complete. I want to taste some. I like my extra relish inside. You know what I mean?
No, let me see. You can make pate too?
I could roll though.
All right, that's a no.
Don't ask me to put the ingredients together.
Listen,
I could roll and fry. I could roll and fry.
That one they skip you just now.
Yeah, man, I could roll and fry. I ain't never, mommy never give me the secret ingredients. She never tell me how to do it. So, but all the brothers and stuff, they good at that.
They good at that. That ain't for you.
No.
You good at eating them though?
I good at eating it.
Passion fruit or sorrel?
Sorrel. Passion. So it look like everything I saying is against. It look like I am on the same page as you.
Listen, I don't know how you last on the show so long. It's in a wrong thing.
Sorrel has a unique taste. Like again, like passion fruit. I like passion fruit depending on who make it, or everybody don't make a good passion fruit. But normally sorrel, I have never tasted a bad sorrel.
I take in passion fruit. You know what? I could go to a tree and get a passion fruit and it tastes exactly the same to me. Sorrel, I don't know. Sorrel here and there.
Here and there?
Yeah, here and there. Passion fruit juice to me always tastes close to the same.
A lot of times,
some people can make it well. Some people can't make it well. Nah, I ain't risking it. Nah.
Oh, really?
Passion fruit is passion fruit.
Passion fruit, I got you.
All right. So, you live in St. Thomas, but we're going to give you a St. Croix question here. Central or complex? Which one, if you attended, which one would you want to attend? Central or complex?
I would say Central. I probably would say Central. Complex is a newbie, so I say Central. Growing up, I know people going Central, so I have to say Central.
But you wouldn't want a new school, a new environment? A new looking building?
Makes sense, but again, for me, I'm thinking, if I was back in those days, that's what I knew, is Central. You know what I mean?
Now, did you go to the Wayne Aspinall Junior High School?
No, I went Bota. I was a countryman.
Oh gosh,
countryman.
This is a rough one here. So this question is pretty obvious.
I'm going and something with you, brother. It's all right.
You ain't winning right now.
I winning.
This should be an easy question for you, I feel like then.
Okay.
Probably not. Make it a little interesting. Cookie Point or Megan's Bay?
Cookie Point. All day. We on the same page?
No.
Oh, come on. So why Megan's Bay over Cookie
Listen,
Point? Cookie Point has
that's a
more
real-
activity.
That's a real countryman answer. Okay? That's
Really?
exactly
Oh,
what
so it look like this is a country versus tongue thing going on.
that's exactly what it is.
That's what it is.
So why Cookie Point?
Cookie Point just live, man. They got action going on there. You know, you could see fishes, get places to dive. It's just more activity. Just more. It's live.
We'll take that. All right, this is the one here. No or never. All the marbles. Coconut, guava, or pineapple tart.
Okay. You see, you're giving me. So I gonna say
sit up.
I have to
Sit
give
up,
you
let's
one
see.
answer. Though this is a weird. I have to explain.
Uh-huh.
I'm a coconut tart man, but a person that can make guava, a good guava, I go in guava all day. But a lot of time the guava paste don't be right. But if it's the right paste, I go in guava. But I if I see three tart and sitting on a table, I probably cut in the coconut first. Pineapple last.
You had three options, and you still choose wrong twice. That's
Really?
crazy.
So who you like? Pineapple?
Is pineapple, coconut in rare occasions. Guava tart don't exist.
Really?
Whoever come up with guava tart
man,
was a bad idea. Horrible.
Me, you know, my son. Your DNA, man, is
Pineapple,
different.
coconut, guava.
Wow. Well, sorry, I offer something with you. Hey. It is
I
what
will
it
take
is.
it, but you survived out this or that thing here. But we got some interesting stuff here for you. Get some pictures. We want to know what was happening in these pictures. What was happening, where you were. Just want you to tell us about these pictures here that we have coming up here for you.
Mhm.
Very simple. Some old memories here, some flashbacks. Might take you back a while, but let's see what we do have here for you.
All right, bro.
What is
Okay.
this?
Yes, sir. That's me and my boys. We was at a Brave game. Well, Zay looked like he was most about 14, 15.
Right.
You see me there with the left hand catch. I was made like I could catch. So yeah, we went to a Brave game. Who were they playing? I think they might have been playing Chicago. That was at a Braves game, man. I think that might have been my first Braves game with the boys
Uh-huh.
a couple of years
So
ago.
you're a Braves fan?
No, but I live in Georgia. I'm a Dodger fan.
Listen,
San
I
Diego
really
Dodgers.
ready to give it to you right now. No.
Really?
Just
Who
giving
you
out
like?
a wrong answer today. I am a
Who you
Braves fan. Die-hard Atlanta Braves fan.
Atlanta Braves fan. Well, hey man, I hope you enjoy the championship you just win because you ain't winning one this year. What about that?
We start the same way last year. We'll see where we finish again.
But the thing about the Braves, though, to be honest, I like the Braves team a lot. So if we don't win, if Dodgers don't, I'm a funny guy. I just like baseball. I would sort of back the Braves, just the fact that I'm in Georgia, and you know what I mean. So I actually like to see the Braves play. Very exciting team. So unfortunately, thank you guys for giving us Freddie Freeman. I really appreciate that.
Let me see now. Going forward, let's see what else we got here for you.
Yeah. Okay. So this is something we did back in with Barley's life. We got Joel Bellot there and Principal. What's his name again? Jeez, man. I'm forgetting people. We got Blash in the back. Yeah, so we went to speak to some kids at
now.
Huh? Yeah, we went to when we did the Barley's
Mr.
life.
Jorgens is actually
Yeah, Mr. Jorgens. There you go. Yeah, we went to have a little powwow with the kids from Eudora King. I think most of them were like in 9th, 10th grade. Nice little powwow we had with them. We were going around to different schools and speaking to the kids about, staying in school and you know, shooting for their dreams and whatnot. So that was a good. This was a good little session.
Let's see what else we have here for you. I like this.
Yeah, so
What's this?
this is the team that I was talking about. We had 11 guys that won the 18U championship down in the DR, man. This team here was awesome. Everybody just fit in perfectly and just played a role, man. And we dominated. This was one of the best teams. This was a fun tournament that we went to. So on the left there we have Mr. Kenny Jackson right next to him. Bunch of the players and the other coach and the other end is Maching. So it was a
What
mix
year
up
was this? Is it 2019?
Yeah. I think 2019. Yeah, so it was a mix of St. Croix and St. Thomas players.
I will test you now. You gotta name the players from. You gotta name at least. Yeah, 11. You gotta name at least 11.
I gotta name all of them.
Yeah,
okay,
definitely.
Zaid Basio, KJ, Ivan, Tosh, Miguel, Jelani, Duanye, Jel Basio, and Rere.
All right. Actually, just again, in the next 10 years, you still gotta be able to name them.
Yeah, man, I gonna be able to name them. They're my boys.
Let's see what else we have.
Ain't this there? Where is it? Where my face is?
We're looking for you. You're hiding someplace.
I don't even remember this picture here. Okay. No, I wasn't in this. No, I ain't in this one here. Me in this one. What? Me in this one. Why I know me in this one? Because I see Belto, and I never been there with Belto. My son might probably be in this one, Kalik. He probably went and played with him. No, I didn't make this one here.
It looks like a team from Jamaica.
Yeah. I didn't make this tournament. I was a coach at the time, but I couldn't leave to come and partake in this. Yeah, but that's a team from Jamaica.
Moving
this
on.
Was one of the tournaments, two national team tournaments in the DR. I think in during, I don't know, was it the summer or December? I ain't quite sure. Okay, so I in this one for sure. Don't ask me to name all the man them, you know. I can't even see the face them.
What is this
picture? Was the 1998 in Maracaibo, Venezuela. This was a nice little team too. Bobby, Kenny Jackson, Dennis Brow, what I see in there? Rivera, Pickering. I see Bobby Thomas, Casey Hendricks in the back. Eugene, Bill. Who else that is there? Pingwe. Who back there? Darren, what his last name was again? Byron. This was a nice little team too, man. That was a lot of fun. That was my one and only opportunity to play with the national team, man. And we played the Cuban national team, Puerto Rico national team, and it was really competitive.
Now, who was the coach of this team here, this national team?
What's his name down there at the bottom? What the hell his name is again? On the right. Jeez, I forget his name. You know.
I can come back to you.
Yeah,
Let's move on and see if you wait to come back.
Yeah. Is this somebody else come up there with a post guava tart all day?
Yeah, they enter out too. This one right here. What was this?
All right, so this was the 2015 50-70 Latin American tournament. This was with Kyle Lamata and so I got name all the kids too.
Yeah.
Brian, Steven, um, Brian, Steven, Julio, Najer. Yeah, stuck because sometimes I'll be forgetting people's name. Moises, McCoy, Alex, Ryan, Guillermo, Julio. What's the name on the right hand side there? Oh, geez, he from the east. I forget his name. Lester, Marcus. I forgetting this one guy name. I sorry about that. I forget the name. He from the east. Timari. And geez, forget his name. The one on the far right. I forget his name.
That will come back to you too.
Yeah.
All right. So we do have some questions here from your friends here in the comments.
Okay.
So you can get to those questions, get you to answer those for them, and then we're gonna be off for the night. Let's go ahead and get the first question in. We can put them on the screen so you can read it and you can answer that question for us. If you were given a chance to design
a program, young VI players, what will be your first recommendation? To design a program? Well, actually, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm designing a program. My thing is getting them the proper training. Like I think we need to focus, in developing. Whether I think that the coaches and stuff like that, we need to bring them up to speed with a lot of things have changed in the game in terms of how to train and coach kids and stuff like that. So I think bringing the coaches up to speed, because at the end of the day, it's who's home is actually going to make the difference, the real difference. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm with my organization, I'm going to be traveling back and forth, is building a relationship where the people back home can really get their stuff up to speed with developing and, getting caught up with the new innovative way of doing things, the different approaches to doing stuff and whatnot. So for me, building a program, man, I'm sort of doing that right now, but it's really getting in touch with the coaches and those who are working on a day-to-day basis with the kids and bringing them up to speed with what, the new techniques and whatnot that's taking place in terms of training and developing players. You have any other questions there?
Yeah, we got a couple more here. Let's see what else we have.
100%. That's the key, man. Mentoring the kids, making them believe in themselves, helping them build their character. That's where it all begins, because they're gonna always, have self-doubt about, the direction they're going, and stuff. So I mean, that's what I do. That's the name of the game. As a coach, you are a mentor. Everything you do is about trying to, communicate something to the kids to uplift them, make them believe in themselves. So 100%. Without mentoring, I mean, to me, that's the key. Being able to talk to the young people and allow them to express themselves. It ain't just about you telling them what XYZ what to do. It's about you allowing them and letting them find their voice. That's one of the things that I do as a coach. I try not to just be it's a bilateral thing, you know what I mean? You want communication back and forth. I even don't mind kids questioning me about if I say something and they don't agree. They feel free. Tell me, hey coach, or I don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's very important. So mentoring 100%.
All right, moving on here.
Have you seen the confidence and maturity level increase in the players after the exposure they received to for soccer permanent and also playing travel? 100%. Any kid that have left here had the opportunity to come to me and go back is a different sense of purpose, man. Like I'm bringing them into an arena where they're gonna see if this is what they want. First of all, because of the competitive nature of the environment and the professionality that comes with the environment. You know, the people that are around is nothing but, you know, upstanding people. The travel ball environment, the NBS organization is first class. So anybody that have come here and leave and go back to the islands, they definitely want to come back the next year around, because it's like, not, man. I mean, I have these kids are playing. We're playing in the top notch travel ball tournaments in the nation. Perfect game, PBR, right? They're playing on tall fields. You know, they're against the all of the metrics taken. You know how, how fast you run. You know how hard you throw. All of this type of stuff. So it can still being graded. So yeah, the exposure here is unbelievable. I mean, I ain't trying to brag on myself, but I mean, it's A1 class, man. And, definitely when you leave here, you're gonna find out if this is something you can do. I mean, think about it. When you're in the islands, man, you basically playing against the same guys all your life. So you're not really being challenged. When you come here, you're gonna get challenged. You're gonna find out if this is something, if you could take this to the next level. So you come here, you're gonna play real baseball. Bar none.
All right, we got another one here for you.
Mm-hmm. I would like to know how you felt about the event for Circle did during the Christmas. Awesome. It was an awesome event. It was well received by the community. We got to do the things that we wanted to do, which was really spend time with the coaches. We really, it was really like a coach clinic where we train kids, and we brought the college guys over to do the training for the youngsters. We got to really address a lot of questions and concerns as it pertains to coaching in the Virgin Islands, and just coaching holistically, or areas that you could improve your coaching capabilities and whatnot. It was really well received, and I look forward to doing it this coming December and make it even bigger and better.
And I've got one more question here for you.
How do we support your
This is a
organization
good one.
financially? Great question. So 100%. So I want to say this because I've been doing this here for quite a while, and like I said, this is the first time that I'm doing it from a legal standpoint. So literally, I've been doing this stuff all these years out of my own pocket per se. I mean, of course, the parents will give me something, but a little something. But I've been doing this here at my own expense for the most part for years. So what you could do is, first of all, anybody that's interested, because we definitely need financial support. I mean, that's the biggest thing right now for us, is billing our car for us to be able to do the thing that we want to do in terms of giving the resources out, providing the services that we want to provide. So the first thing I would say is our email address is fcircleperformance@gmail.com. You could send us an email there, or you can call me or send me a text. My number is 340-344-1783. You can send me a text about that, because of course we have information. I'm not going to give it out about our bank account and being able to wire, transfer money and stuff over. But definitely, and also to Juice or Dwayne Maduro, you could also, for those that know him, you could also send him a text at his number, which is hold on one second. I don't want to guess. It's 340-643-7777. Okay, you could contact any of us, and definitely that's one of the main things, man. We want our people to support what we're doing, financially, morally, whatever. But more so, if you could help us out with some money, that would be great. Because at the end of the day, in order for us to do the things that we want to do, is gonna take funding. So you could say again, it's F Circle Performance at gmail.com. You could send us an email indicating your interest, and then from there we could get into a conversation of how you could support some of the stuff that we're planning to do. Because again, like with this summer thing that we're doing with the kids, something like that, we're going to be doing different events. I want to take the kids to see some baseball games, and we're going to be doing training. So we always going to be needing funding, and then the stuff that we're planning on doing in December, we're going to have to find some sponsorship for those things that we plan to do. So anything helps, man. I mean, for me, I don't put $1 a month. If somebody give me whatever,
Right.
I'm grateful for whatever anyone in the community, organization, individuals willing to give.
All right, and we got one more question for you here before we go. I had another viewer on another platform that asks, "What are some of the changes that to the current structure of sports that we can help to bridge the gap for future athletes?" So
Some of the
once again,
current
what
change.
are some of the changes to the current structure of sports that we can help to bridge the gap for future athletes?
Well, again, for me, well, any sport, I mean, we got to think, we tend to sort of look at sport as just a recreational thing, all the sports. We got to start thinking a little bit more broader, because at the end of the day, again, there's creating opportunity for kids to move on and get college scholarship. That's number one. Then we got to look at it from the sports tourism standpoint, where we got to start structuring things where we could get more people coming into the islands. I mean, we have the environment to do this type of stuff. So, my thing is the government, private enterprises, developing programs and whatnot, where we could, try to entice people to come in and be part of, because our main industry is tourism. So sports tourism is right connected to the tourism destination thing. So, just building the organizations that exist in the different sports, continue to build a stronger organization, demand a level of eliteness, I don't want to say get away from the mediocrity, just doing something, do something meaningful, also too, I like to say, we got to respect the fact that we have a lot of professional, ex-professional, or even professional players walking around that come, even whether they live away or whatever. We got to give them a little bit more. We tend not to give our athletes the due respect that they should.
Right.
They get it more so in the mainland, and when they come home, they don't feel a love. And we got to do a better job of letting them know that what they did, we appreciate the level that they've gotten, because the level that these athletes getting to is not normal. It's coming out of a small island or islands, with a very small population. The feats that they accomplish, the things that they accomplish is huge. And I feel, I could say from a baseball level, you got a lot of guys, Jabari Blash, Israel Wilson. When these guys come, like sometimes they don't get a love that they should get from the local community for the things that they have accomplished. They have accomplished great things, and they could do great things for the place. So even in terms of that, like getting more of the professional athletes to come back and give back and put them out there. You know what I mean? Make them feel worthy and make them feel wanted and make them feel like they have done some great things, which they have. I think that's another thing that we really need to focus on, man. So, just continue doing what we're doing and building upon whoever is in sports, man, try to do the best that you could do, and don't ever feel like, don't get caught up in just where you're at. Just always think about things you could do to improve and enhance whatever you're doing. Like keep growing the sport. Whatever sport you're in, keep figuring out how to keep growing it. Try to get more kids and people to get involved and stuff like that. So it's a never-ending process.
All right, Kwodwo, we definitely want to thank you for coming on the show this evening. You definitely gave some insight on what's going on with the travel ball scene and just how full soccer performance is making an impact in our community. We definitely appreciate that, and I'm sure the kids of the Virgin Islands appreciate you as well.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to come out here and share my thoughts with the Facebook community, the social media community. So I appreciate it.
No problem. Can you give us one more time how we can contact Full Circle Performance and help as best as we can with the process?
So again, our email address, send an email to fcircleperformance@gmail.com, or you can reach me. You can send me a text at 340-344-1783, and also to Vice President Juice Maduro, 340-643-7777. You can call us, drop us an email, a text, or whatever, and we'll get back to you, respond to you as soon as possible.
Love it. Keep up the great work. Like we say, we like to honor people who are doing great things in the community. So thank you for coming on the show, and thank you for being that helping hand for the young people of the Virgin Islands. We definitely need it, and people like you deserve your moment in the spotlight like you got here on Between the Lines.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna keep pushing. So this ain't the last. This ain't the first and the last rodeo.
All right, once again, thank you for coming on. All right, Live Wire fans, we'll be back with more Between the Lines next week. We have another special episode. Once again, we are midway through season 3. Got a couple more episodes to go before we end the season for the summer. But keep it tuned to Live Wire Sports. We have a lot going on our page. Don't forget to head over to the Live Wire shop. We are live. Get your Live Wire gear. Get all that you need from our website. Be ready for the summer. Thank you guys once again for tuning in, and have a good night.
I'm doing great, even though every day's not fine. But still I woke up today, another day to get on my grind. Got me singing, whoa, effort, I'm built for Brannigan. Whoa, effort, I'm built for Brannigan.